evening, everyone. This is Lady Jackie of Bronx Baubles. Today I'm going to be showing you an amazing episode on vintage costume jewelry inspired by the Netflix series Bridgerton. Bridgerton is over the top, Regency, London era, fabulous jewelry. What I love about the costuming and the jewelry in Bridgerton is that it's, for the most part, gaudy and over the top, and that is so me. There's so much to show you, so today I dress up for the occasion. I hope that you approve. I have a lot of fun putting this costume together. In fact, I started out my career back when I was in college in the costume shop. My freshman year, I was given a job working in the costume shop and did that throughout my whole entire college career. And it's so nice to, like, once in a while resurrect that old feeling again of putting these costumes together. And I had a lot of fun putting this stuff together. This is my amazing tiara. I collect crowns and tiaras, and so this is one of them. I have these fabulous vintage gloves and this amazing fan and this necklace that's totally inspired by Bridgerton. This is something that I can see Lady Featherington wear. It's Aurora Borealis in the 1950s styles, but that was one of the things about the Bridgerton jewelry, is that it doesn't stick with just Regency. It's a show that has a lot of creative license, and so they mix different eras. The fabrics are not true to the period, and that's quite okay. I know there's a lot of controversy over that, but I just think it's just fabulous. So let's get started. I broke down some of these looks based on characters, and so I'll start off with the Daphne character. And let me take my gloves off. Daphne, her character is probably my least favorite as far as the costume jewelry is concerned, and that is only because her jewelry was the most demure out of all the characters. She got these little tiny little necklaces with these tiny little diamonds, and so I can totally see Daphne wear something very demure like this. There's a little bit of a pearl dangle, and that's something Daphne would have totally worn. She would have also worn something as delicate as this. These are almost like seed pearls. They're not your big size pearls, they're the tiny little ones. And actually my daughter wore this for her communion, and so this is a child's necklace, but because of its demureness, I can totally see Daphne wearing this. One of my favorite characters, and disclaimer, if you don't want to know too much information, if you haven't seen the Bridgerton series on Netflix, you might want to wait to watch this video until afterwards, because I will be disclosing some information. So you've been warned. One of my favorite characters is Penelope. And Penelope, this poor girl, her mother makes her wear the most gaudiest, and the whole Featherington family wears gaudy, ostentatious costuming. And part of that is because they're new money. So they go over the top. They try to show their extravagance. And she takes all her money and spends it on clothing. But the clothing that she gets is a little bit on the tasteless side. The colors are a little garish. She uses like these pea green chartreuses, brocades with like these incredible bright colors. And so Penelope's color is yellow. She wore a lot of lemon drop yellow. And so I got this necklace, and believe it or not, yellow is not a common color in costume jewelry, especially vintage. You don't see a lot of that yellow color, but look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? This is almost like a neon yellow, and I can totally see Penelope wearing this. One of the things that I loved to see Penelope wear was that yellow, bright yellow dress. So can't you see Penelope wearing this? I can totally see her wear this. And it comes with the matching lemon drop earrings. Another favorite character is Lady Danbury. She was the one that helped raise the Duke. Simon after his mother passed away from giving childbirth to him. He had more sophisticated adult lady colors. Her colors were a little bit more burgundy-ish. She wore like wine colors and this more sophisticated palette, and so I can totally see Lady Danbury wearing something like this. Isn't that gorgeous? This is such a beautiful, beautiful necklace. Lady Danbury would be happy and pleased to wear something like this. We can't go any further without talking about the Queen. The Queen is one of the most pivotal characters in all of Bridgerton, and she wore a lot of pearls. She was dripping in pearls, and so I thought perhaps this necklace, shaped like a tiara or crown, would be something that the Queen would be so pleased to wear. Over the top dripping jewels like this. And her character is waiting for her husband to kick the bucket. And she loves gossip, and she loves to be the center of attention. One of the characters that probably wore the least amount of jewelry was Eloise. Eloise is Penelope's friend, one of the Bridgertons, and she is probably the character with the least amount of jewelry, even less so than Daphne. She's actually Daphne's younger sister. She's next in line to go out and court a new husband. Eloise wore very, very little jewelry. I think she wore maybe one blue cameo, and so I thought perhaps Eloise would be happy to wear this bracelet. This bracelet is a small little delicate bracelet, something that I can see Eloise wear. She's an intellect. She's a writer. She is trying to find out who Lady Whistleton is. And so she doesn't care about getting a husband or trying to look cute for the debutante balls. She just wants to go to college. We have the two sisters. They're like gaggling geese of sisters of Penelope. And they're part of the Featherington family. To me, they sort of remind me of like the Cinderella stepsisters, who are just cackling and gaggling on the side with, you know, they have no taste, they have no coof, they have no cachet, they're just, you know, little two girls who just trying to find themselves a husband. Philippa is one of the sisters, and I can see her wearing something like this. This is a cameo rose. They wore a lot of costuming with pink and turquoise and chartreuse greens and things like that. And so I can totally see her perhaps even wearing a brooch like this with all the colors that she likes. Then you have Prudence, her sister, one of the gaggling geese sisters, I call them. And she is seen wearing something like this. This is something I can see Prudence wear. All the colors, except for probably chartreuse green, that the Featherington family would probably have worn. So this is something Prudence and even Philippa would be wearing. And for that matter, Penelope. Lady Featherington is the mother, and she's trying to get her daughters married. Now she has not one, not two, not three, but 4 girls that she has to marry off. And one of the girls that she's marrying off is Marina. And Marina is the cousin of the Featheringtons, and she came in from the countryside, and they thought that she was going to be a country bumpkin, and it turns out she was just as beautiful as all the rest of the debutantes in England. And so she was getting a lot of courters, suitors coming to her house looking for her, and I can totally see Marina wearing a piece like this. So known for wearing her eye, her secret lover's eye, because she does have a secret lover, and it turns out that she's with child. And so now Lady Featherington has to find a suitable suitor who would marry her quick before anybody realizes that she's pregnant. Portia loves those dresses and fabrics that are covered in just tons and tons of floral print, flowers and all sorts of colors everywhere, just thrown on fabric. And so I was thinking perhaps she would love to wear something like this. This is an amazing Sweet Romance bracelet. It's one of my favorites. This would totally match Lady Featherington's wardrobe. She wore necklaces very similar to this one here. And I also have this one here too, which is also similar to this. It's just very, very well made. It's 18 karat gold plated. It's prong set. The stones are like Swarovski, and this is just so stunning. So I can totally see Lady Featherington wearing this over the top, gaudy. The bigger the better. This is something she would totally wear. In addition, she wore a lot of pinks and chartreuse green and electric purple colors. And I can see her wearing a dangling piece like this. It kind of has a tiara effect on your neck, and she would totally wear something like this. Lady Featherington wearing a necklace like this. This is just a beautiful, beautiful necklace. All prong set with these amazing specialty stones. So stunningly beautiful. Lady Violet Bridgerton is the matriarch of the Bridgerton family. She's the mother of all her children. She's got many children. She doesn't have anything to prove to anyone. She's already proven it. She was married to a husband that she loved very much, who unfortunately passed on. And now she's got to marry her children off so that they can continue the family legacy. So this is something that I can see Lady Bridgerton wearing. These are just really, really beautiful earrings. And throughout the series, you'll see them wearing earrings that have like an aquamarine color or very, very light color. And very opposite of the Featheringtons, the Bridgerton's color scheme was so much different. It was the light pastel, the pink, the mauve, the creams, the ivories, very subdued color, and so is their jewelry. It's very, very subdued. And that's just to symbolize that they really have nothing to prove anymore. And so unlike the Featheringtons, who are out there and want to be seen and want to be heard and want that attention because they're nouveau rich. She also might wear to some of the balls something just a little bit more ostentatious for the Bridgerton's taste. And that is something like this. I can totally see her wearing something along these lines. It's a little bit more out there, but not as out there as the Featheringtons. There's another character, and she's an opera singer, and she is having an affair with one of the Bridgerton brothers, Anthony. And I love the way Lady Bridgerton says his name, because here in New York we say Anthony. So she's having an affair with Anthony, and he has to hide her because she's not of the stature of where his family is. And so she is seen singing. And in those days, anyone who's in the theatrics, singers and musicians and actors were considered, low-class folks. And so he's in love with her, or perhaps maybe he's in love with having sex with her. So she has to be hidden behind the closed doors. But Sienna is a gorgeous, beautiful young lady, and I can totally see her wearing something like this around her neck, including when she's performing. Anthony took over where the father left off when the father passed away. Since he's the oldest brother, he has to produce an heir for the family. And his job is more administrative as compared to the Duke. The Duke, which is Simon, or my Lord, or Your Grace, is on a higher level than Anthony is. And so Anthony is seen with this pocket watch. The pocket watch comes out in several scenes. It comes out when his mother is asking him a couple of questions. It comes out when one of the main scenes where he's making love to Sienna on a tree. He pulls out his watch to see, because he knows he's late. And so you'll see the reoccurring theme of a watch show up quite often with Anthony. It's also revealed that the patriarch, Mr. Bridgerton, passed away because he was allergic to bees. And he was stung by a bee, and subsequently he passed away. So in the opening scenes of the first episode of Bridgerton, you see a bee flying onto a door knocker. And at the last episode, the last scene for the season is with a bee also. And so bees run throughout the whole entire show. You'll see them flying about, and some people make a game of it when they see the bees, including Anthony's lapel. You'll see a picture of these bees. And so I thought, how apropos it would be to wear this bee ring. And Daphne, or Lady Bridgerton, would totally love to wear these bees. Daphne and Lady Bridgerton, and Eloise, for all that matter, would be happy to wear these bee bobby pins on their hair. Something like this. And how about these bee earrings? Now, there's all this chatter on the internet in regards to what these bees symbolize. Some people say that the bees symbolize the hive, and the hive that's run by the queen. And so all the characters in Bridgerton are the worker bees. It could also be foreshadowing of what's to come in future episodes pertaining to Anthony, because Anthony is deathly afraid of bees. And there's all kinds of symbolic gestures of bees that can attract more bees with honey. And so you have Daphne, who's saturatingly sweet. So you can go figure out what you think about these bees, but try to spot them when you watch the show. Another character that's prominent in the show is Geneviève Delacroix. She is the seamstress. She's actually the dress designer of all the Bridgertons and the Featheringtons and all the characters in Bridgerton. And she is considered a little less stature than the other ladies because she has to work for her money. Unlike some of the other characters who have to marry into money, she actually works and makes her own money. And so she has a lesser stature because of that. She's also is pretty much showing herself to be what she's not. She has this fake French accent that Marina was able to figure out that she's not really from France, because Marina speaks French and she's familiar with the language. She's also having an affair with one of the Bridgerton brothers, and they met at an artistic orgy. So I like her character and I like her accent, and I think she's beautiful, and she is always seen wearing delicate pearls. One of the interesting things about the Bridgerton is that they wear a lot of hair pieces. And so this is a hairpiece that I can totally see any of them wear. You can see the Featheringtons wear a hairpiece like this. You can see Daphne wear a hairpiece like this. And they usually like to stick it on the side or at the back of their hair. And here's another beautiful hairpiece. This actually came from, you might even recognize it. This is actually a replica. This is an actual antique hairpiece. This is a genuine piece, probably from the Edwardian period, but I can totally see one of the Bridgerton ladies wear this in their beehive, something like this. This is a little bit more Art Deco, but I can totally see one of the Bridgerton girls, or even the Featheringtons, or one of the other cast members wear a piece like this with their hair all out. This is a beautiful silk dress. It has these beautiful, beautiful rhinestone pieces here. There's little rhinestone hand-stitched pieces. If this was a Regency dress, it would be more empire waist. This is not. It's a little bit more dropped waist, and so is this dress that I'm wearing. But just as Bridgerton took artistic license, so did I. And this is a beautiful necklace that I can see Daphne or Lady Danbury or Lady Featherington or even Lady Bridgerton. I can see any of the characters wear this moonstone necklace from Bauble Wars. I had so much fun putting this together. It brought me back to my costume designing days, something that I missed terribly. I had fun just putting on this dress. And I actually got this at the thrift store for like $12, this dress. So you too should have a little fun. Put on some Bridgerton jewelry. I just had a ball putting this together. I had so much fun walking down Regency Lane. If you too like what you see and the inspirational stories that costume jewelry tells, hit subscribe and like and leave me a comment. I so appreciate all the support that I've been getting, and thank you so much. Enjoy!